Hello friends, today we are going to deal with the topic teaching aptitude and the subtopics like individual differences, computer-based testing, teacher-centered and learner-centered methods. Okay, so I think you are familiar with the other topics in the previous classes. Now we are going to deal with the small subtopics like individual differences. So we can go to the class. That is the best thing. So you listen to the class, then only you are able to understand it. Okay. What is individual differences? We know that in a classroom, each and every student is different from one another. There is a lot of reasons behind it. Here we are going to deal with why each and every person is different from another. So there is two basic reasons for this. That is, first one is the heredity and second is the environment. So here we are going to find how the individual difference is happening. So individual difference, I think now you will get an idea. As a teacher, you must have an idea about the individual difference. Then only you are able to give knowledge in a proper way to the different levels of the students. Some are easily able to acquire the knowledge, some are a little bit late, some are too poor to acquire the knowledge. There is a lot of reasons behind it. To know about it more, so we have to know about the what is individual difference, then only we are able to understand the learner best. So first we have to deal with the individual difference. Now, first, two things we have to keep in mind. The heredity and environment are the two factors that make a student different from other. First, I talk to you about what is heredity. I know that you all know about what is heredity. Is the inherent thing a learner get from their parents. Okay, the inherent thing the learner get from their parents. That is self potential. How much they are within the what they have from their hereditary. That is through their parents, grandparents, they have get some DNA, some qualities that makes them different from others. Growth and development. We know that if the parent, father or mother, they have enough height, the learner also have the height, weight, the intelligence level, all these things they can get from their parents also. So hereditary is that what they get from their parents. Okay. Next is environment. Environment, you know what is environment? Environment means the surrounding. Okay, what is the surrounding for them? What type of surrounding they have? Environment is the surroundings from where they are coming. The social surrounding, the political surrounding, the religious surrounding, the school where they are studying or the studied already or they are studying, all these factors to their higher levels of their learning. So the area, the city or rural, all these things have factors. So environment that is modifies direction of growth and development. Environment decide their growth and development. According to the environment, the students' development also it can be good or it can be bad. So these two things, there is heredity and environment, are the main factors that decide the individual difference of each and every student. Okay. So first, we are going to deal with the first small area, that is the heredity, that make the difference for a learner or a student. First thing is the intelligence. Intelligence is a hereditary property. Usually, if the parents are intelligent, usually the students or the learners, they are able to get the intelligence of their parents. Sometimes their grandparents or their forefathers, whoever have intelligence, there's a chance for them to get that through their DNA. So intelligence, that is development of brain. The development of brain that decides how much they are able to acquire. So intelligence is one of the character that they get from their parents. Next is physical. Physical means outside growth. That's manual dexterity, means the physical movements, muscular movements, the physical appearance, all these things they get from their parents. Next is aptitude. Aptitude means I told in the first class itself what is aptitude. That is innate ability, the gifted ability. Some students or learners will get an ability from their born itself. We say they are gifted because they are always get it from their parents, this aptitude and all. so that we can see in the students. Next is gender, male and female. It is decided by the it is from their parents, their DNA that decides the gender, male or female, whatever it is. Then temperament. Temperament means emotional stability. If the parents have some emotional stability, there is a chance for the learner or student to get that emotional stability. So that also decides. If they don't have the emotional stability, the students have less chance to get it. So yeah, temperament, that is emotional stability, is also one of the factor of the heredity. Next is criminal tendency, antisocial activities. That is, antisocial means that is moving against the society. If the student is coming from an area where the antisocial activities are happening, then surely, no doubt, they will be have a tendency to do some social anti-social activities. So these all are the factors. Okay, I think these all are the factors that decides or what they get from their parents. Understood? They get from their parents. So but hereditary factors, I already told you. The intelligence they will get, they get the physics they get. Okay, then I told you about the social activities they are doing, what they are doing. All these things are they get from their parents. Next, we are moving on to the environment. Environment is a surrounding in which a learner is coming from. It is the students or the learner, whoever the person is. The environment is the surrounding from where the person is coming. So community, that is thinking city or rural, that is it is clear from which type of community the student or learner is coming from. If it is from a city life, they have different view about the world. If they are from the rural area, their view is very different. So that is also a factor in their learning process also. That is the ambitions, their needs, their ambition to become some person, their aims, all these things will differ in city as well as in the rural area. So community is a factor, is an environmental factor. Next is school. The first time the students are getting socialized in the schools. So if the school in which they are going is, if it is very good schools, they will usually get some good friends, peer groups and all, and their development will also be in a good level. If they are in a not in a good surrounding school, then it will not be happen that the students or the learners will be from a good development is less to happen for them. Understood? The method of teaching, that is another factor. Whatever they get in their smaller classes, that is the base for them. So if the method of teaching is good, they will get a good, see the curriculum is also we have mentioned here. Why? Because if they get a good base from the school, then when they reaches their higher or advanced learning, they are able to move up in a very good manner. So if they are not getting that things, it is very difficult. They have to struggle a lot more when they reach the advanced level. Understood? Next is the educational implication of environment. The environment, how it is affecting our educational level. Okay, how the environment is affecting the education. To adopt suitable method, if the student is able to adapt to a new situation, and then only that person is able to learn the things properly. If they get a good environment, they are able to easily adjust to the other students and learners, and also to the learning processes. If they are from a poorer situation, poorer means not the economic level, I am talking about the educationally deprived level. Okay, educational deprived level, and then it is very difficult for them to reach the higher levels or to the advanced levels. Understood? To bring all the type of students together. The next is the environment. If the environment is different for different students, but the teacher has the capacity to make all the students to group up together, then only it is easy for a teacher to give the classes in a proper way and to impart knowledge and to mold the behavior of the students. Understood? So we know that teaching is a process which have to we know that what is the role of the teacher. They have to make the behavioral changes to the students. So if they want to make the behavioral changes, they have to know about the environment or the background from which the students are coming. That is very great important. So environment, all these things we have to keep in mind when you decide about the environmental matters. So individual difference can be happen in it is desired by two factors, mainly by two factors. One is the hereditary and another is the environment. Okay. Next, we are going to deal with another subtopic. Okay, so individual differences over here. We are going to deal with another subtopic, that is a computer-based testing, CBT. It's a another small topic you have to deal in your exams. Okay, computer-based testing, that is CBT. What is CBT? Computer-based testing. You know now the NET exam you are doing, it is a computer-based testing. You are writing your exams in computer and you are clicking and you are moving your mouse, or you are moving you are giving answers in the computers, and altogether it is processed in a very what we have to say is a clear cut way. There is no partiality coming here. All these things will happen in computer based testing. Okay, e-assessment, what we call it as, it is called the e-assessment or online. We are doing it in online. Okay, word process it into screen testing. All these things will come under the computer based testing. Electronic submission, you know that for your exam, for the NET exam, what do? You are doing the electronic submission. Yeah, so it is easy to find the results, also very easy feedback. We can give the result very easily than by the personal testing. Okay, if it is checking by a person, then it take a long time, but in the case of a computer based testing, it is easy for us to get the results very easily. Then individualized learning, computer based testing, it is individualized meaning the learner take their own space to come up with their studies. If they are able to understand one area, they can move to the other area, then it is easy for the learners. Understood? So that is why we call the individualized learning. So I think you know what it is, but I just give an explanation because those who are not understood what is CBT, or sometimes you may see CBT what it is, you think like that, you don't think it is something complicated process. It's an easy process. It's a computer based testing what you are doing in your NET exams. Understood? Next is CBTs. It has a lot of advantages as well as it has disadvantages also. Understood? This advantages is very flexible. Flexible means when you are doing your studies in computer, or you are writing your exam in CBT level, then it is very flexible. You can write it from any area. Okay, any area. So there is a lot of flexibility is there. Then individualized test, I told you earlier, it's an individualized test means according to your space of learning, you can improve yourself and you can correct it and you can move forward. Then next is easier accessibility. That is, easier accessibility means any area you can sit and do your work. That is the advantage of CBT. Then automatic feedback means at the moment you will get the answer, whether it is right, wrong, or whatever it is. Understood? Then time saving and accurate. Time saving means if it is checking by the persons, it will take a long time. So we can save the time. That is one thing. Next is accurate. It's clear cut accurate. There is no partiality coming in the case of CBT. But when a person is checking some answers, there is a chance for making any mistakes by that person, and partiality can be come out. But in the case of CBT, there is no such things. It is computer and the net, online net, that is only what we needed. So it is easy and it is very time saving, and it is very accurate work. And what is the disadvantage of it? That is, it's not writing. That is one of the problem. Those who are doing, or those who are writing this exam, or those who are studying in CBT, they should have a knowledge about the computer. But and another thing is that there is no if for example, for literature students, their ability can be seen in the writing, but this will not be come out in the case of CBT exams. So not writing is one of the drawback or a disadvantage of CBT. We cannot find whether this person is objective questions, CBT is okay. For the essay type of questions, that is not that much appropriate. Okay. Then computer anxiety, that is some have an anxiety towards computer. They don't know how to use it properly and all, so there is a lot of confusion can be bring out. So they sometimes this anxiety brings some kind of problem to them for the exams or their studies or like that things. Then training to faculty is needed. Those who are studying there for the CBT training or CBT training giving peoples, they should have first get the training first. So the teachers or faculty who are giving CBT training to the learners, first they have to get the training. That is also needed. And monitoring need. Monitoring need means any problems happens to this computer or the online method, anything happen, they have to be checked properly. Then otherwise the student will get lose their chance. Understood? So it has a lot of advantages as well as disadvantages. I think you get an idea about it. Clear? Next is next, so that CBT, the topic is over. So already we have covered two small topics. One is individual difference. Next is the CBT, that is computer based testing. Next we are going to deal with another subtopic, that is teacher centered. Teacher centered means teacher is at the center. Center means center of the class, not. It means that in the studies the teacher is authoritative. Okay. Is the teacher centered, and learner centered means it is not the teacher but the student is authoritative there. Okay, the teacher centered, the focus on the teacher. Teacher order and students listen, that is they will take the class and students, they have to just sit there, they cannot ask any questions. No expression for students learner, that is the next point, that they are not getting freedom to ask the questions or to clear the doubts, or they have to just clear, they cannot argue with the teacher, or they cannot give their own ideas to the teaching area, that is learning area. So teacher is centered means the teacher is the authority there. And student centered, you know that already, that is project method, all this is student centered. Both the teacher and the student, they interact with each other, they also both are getting equally chances, and it is their own learning. The students are giving their own learning more interesting for the students because they are also participating in it. When they get the participation, they will be very happy to involve it and doing with the things. So they will study the things more experimentally and they acquire more knowledge. And better than teacher centered, it is better to use the student centered. Most of the education system are now turned towards the student centered process. Understood? So today we are going to stop here with these three small topics. I think you are very understood with the topics. That first we have talked about the individual difference. Only two small topics is there in the case of individual difference. Individual difference is mainly happened by two factors. First one is the hereditary. Second is the environment. Next we talked about the CBT, that is computer based system, its advantages as well as its disadvantages. Understood? Next we talked about the teacher centered as well as student centered. This is both these all are small subtopics of your net exams. I think we have covered these small topics. I think you all understood it. If you have any doubts, you can ask it through your comment box. And if you like this video, you just subscribe it, and you can move on with this, and you will get all the subtopics and the topics, main topics. We will cover all the topics throughout these videos. So subscribe this channel. And you must stay with me throughout these videos. Have a good day for all of you. Thank you.